Hello everyone. I am here today to create, well I've actually gone through part of this signature from my journal, Foundations journal, but I am going to continue and to finish this up. So that's what I'm doing today. And this is the spread that I'm working on. It has journals or registers. Well, actually, this one is a vellum piece. We'll do something on that. Okay, so I've got several things out here that I want to talk to you about, things that I've used in the past, but I bought some new stamps and I bought some new stencils. Most of them came from Joggles. I'll put their the name in the description. And the other, I got a couple that I got on Amazon, so you can just look at it. But I was looking for circles, and that's what this stencil is as well. This stencil came from Joggles, and this stamp set came from Joggles. So I'm going to use those today. I've got a bag of book parts. I've told you about these, and you've seen me use them before, but House of Books, they sell these, and they're very inexpensive, but you can see there's lots of good pieces in here. So I've selected a piece of a book part that I'm going to use today. This is a piece that I got from Lisa Young on her website, and I added the stitching. She had put this together, so that's what this one is going to be, is You Are Enough. And I've got my fiberglass drywall tape out. I'm going to use a couple of pieces of that. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, I think, is actually work on, let me see. I really hadn't thought about this being vellum, but let's see what we can do with that. I've got I really had planned on, I'm going to use that for the stamp. I've got this pink out here that I'm going to use through this stencil. I had already taken the sponge part out. If you don't want your stencil to move, you can always tape it down. I'm not too crazy about it moving, but it's not going to show up that much, but let's see what we can get out of it. This piece of vellum, of course, is see-through. And you can barely see it, so we're going to have to pick a different color. I've got this coffee, which I've used a bunch of times, and I don't know where this, I'm just going to use this because it didn't show up anyway. We go try the coffee on this and see if it shows up any better. Trying not to move my stencil. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, so that maybe is enough. And you can see it a little bit better, but not that much. So maybe we'll continue it on this page and just put a part of it so it shows up a little bit better. Okay, That's good. So that was one of my new stencils. Yes, stencils. Now I'm going to use a stamp. I'm going to use one of these circle stamps, and I probably will regret this. I've got a large Tim Holtz plate. I'm going to just pick one. I don't think it really matters which one I pick, so I'm probably going to regret the size, is what I was starting to say. So I'm going to just put this down. A lot of times, like if I'm doing text or something, I won't have, I don't use the whole stamp, so I don't mount it on a board. Let's see what happens to this on the vellum. I didn't pick up that whole stamp, so that's good. So I'll set this aside. All right, so I've got a couple pieces of collage paper that I'm going to put down. And just had not decided really what I was going to do with it. Like that. I want to turn this in a different direction, so I'm going to, and the good thing about this is that when I put it down, it's going to show through on the other side. So, okay, so let's see. I want my glue stick, and I'm just going to put it on the back of this piece of paper. And before I put this one down, I've got I had a piece of book text out here. What did I do with it? I took my everything off, and so that I would be able to sew this. Oh, here it is. Okay, now I want to tell you about this. These are just 2 wooden rulers. They come in a set of 3, so I have one that has not got any notches on it. But you can see the edges where I ran an X-Acto knife down the edge and just chipped out parts of it. Can you see that? It's just chipped out parts. And this one is done, so they're different. They will tear the same. And this is what I use. I learned this from Autumn Moon. You can check out her Autumn Moon art. I'm going to tear this. So you see what it gives you an edge, a torn edge that's kind of interesting. So I'm going to put this down. Maybe I'll tear the other edges as well. That'll be good. I'll tear this stuff too. Now I'm going to put this down with the glue stick. And since I'm going to put this piece of collage paper this way, I'll put that one down. And I'll lose one part of this because this is double-sided as well. I had a project where I created a bunch of pages using acrylic paint and stencils. You can see all the different stencils that I used on there, and buff paint as well. You put down the bright colors, the pink and the blue I used, and then you can use a buff that kind of tones it down a little bit. Okay, so let's see. That corner does it. Oh, that's why. It's because I've got 2 pieces here. So let's just tear that off. Okay, well, helps if I take the top off. Now, I've got those 2 pieces of the fiberglass drywall tape that I'm going to put down, one on this page and one on this page. And I'm going to take a bit of paint I had not pulled it out, and I had not loosened the screw, the top, so we're going to do that. I think. Okay, the gripper is a lifesaver for paints. And I'm just going to put this through the drywall tape. Okay, now I've got this book part that I want to put down, and this I'm going to have to put down with Fabri-Tac because it's very thick. This is just the part that they have left over when they disassemble their books. I know some people are offended or upset when you tear up a book, but this really, I mean, there are a lot of books that go into landfills, so this is way better than them going into landfills when you actually put them in a journal that you're working on. It gives them a second life. So I'll put this down here. Hold it down and make sure it grips it good. I think I'm gonna use my Lyra stick. I don't think I have any water. And this is not the cup I would normally I use that cup for just for watercolor, but since I don't have the other one handy, all I'm gonna do is dip my Lyra stick in there and put some marks on the paper. Okay, and then I have a regular number 2 pencil that I'm gonna put, I'll just make some scribbles. Okay, now let's see if I've got everything except for this, which I need to dry that page. Since this is vellum, I think I'm going to put it on the other page. And you have to kind of be careful when you're drying vellum, because it will curl up and sort of look like it's melting, probably because it is. Okay, so this is thick, so I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac again. I just need to make sure I get my writing right side up. Which I didn't. Right side up. And hold it down for a minute so it can grip. This side went under the book, went over the book part, so I'm having to hold it down a little bit longer. You are enough, and you certainly are more than enough. So I want to thank you for joining me today, and hopefully we will be back. Won't be much that I'll need to do to this page, but we'll be back for another spread, hopefully tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.